All right, folks. Rob Mynatt, Justin Lawson here with Scout Land Company. You know, interest rates are about to come down, hopefully here in September, and I think you're going to see more properties enter the marketplace. And we wanted to do just a quick video on kind of what to look for when you're buying a property. Most of these things are going to have to do with what's already in place at the property. Not all properties are the same. When you're looking based on your objective, you want to make sure you got some check boxes checked off there. So one of the big expenses that will help you save money is if you find a property where the road system and the trail system is already in place. Now, on our personal property, our family land, when we bought that place, we have over 2 miles of road that is already in place. It would have been very expensive for us to do had we just bought some, unimproved ground. I mean, that's a huge bonus when you're buying land, that you've got a good road system. Secondly is, a trail system off of that road system. Where does the trail system get you? A lot of trail systems just kind of go and then they stop, and they're not looped together, and you can't make a circuit on your property. And any trail system is better than no trail system, but one that's interconnected, that you can approach a hunting spot from the right wind direction, or you can easily retrieve an animal, or you can just get in there to do some improvement work, fire lanes, logging. Trail systems are important. So that's the first thing I've got to look for when you're buying property. What do you got, Justin?
Well, you want to look at the natural features on the property. Does it have a water source? Does it have a pond, a lake, a stream, tributaries that help sustain wildlife while they're on the property? Water sources are huge. Does it have hardwood mass producing trees? Because if you don't have food plots for some reason, you want to make sure you rely on the natural habitat, and that's important to look at as well. I mentioned food plots. Food plots, are they already established? If they're already established, that's great. That's going to save you time and money. Another thing is what's going to stay on the property. Box stands, ladder stands. This could be a huge cost savings if you've got some redneck blinds or banks blinds, or just whatever, ladder stands in general, anything that could help save you some money that you don't have to spend on, when it comes to purchasing ladder stands. So it's important to ask those questions, what's going to stay on the property and what's not.
Yeah, I'd also ask, which stands do you hunt out of and kill animals out of?
Absolutely.
And which stands should we probably just take down or move? But that's a big time saver too. Putting up stands on a hot summer day, that can be grueling. It can be fun. It depends on your attitude about it. But if they're already there, that's just an added bonus. So the next one is access to the property and boundary lines. Access is a big deal. A lot of people say, "Oh, we don't have a deeded right of way, but we've been, crossing the neighbor's land our whole lives, and my grandfather did it." Well, that just means that you have a good relationship usually with the neighbor when you're a landowner. But deeded access is the way to go. If you don't have deeded access, there's going to be a significant discount on that listing price usually. And you can go to court, you can do what you need to do, you can talk to the neighbor, get an attorney to help you to get access, but you do need deeded access when you're buying a property. That's huge, because at any minute that could just be taken away from you if you don't have that recorded deeded access. Secondly, it's boundary lines. With software these days, you can get a rough estimate of where the boundary lines are, and a lot of times that makes you more comfortable buying a property. But probably the way to go is to just check and see, does the seller have a recent survey? It's a few years old. If they've got a survey in hand, that's a big deal, because you know exactly where your corners are going to be, where your lines are going to be, and not approximations. So you know, when we're out on the property, we can use software. We can see ourselves live on a map, and we can walk the approximated boundary line with you. But if you got the survey, then you can just kind of have that double checked. You have a surveyor come in and audit that and mark your boundaries and show you exactly where they are.
Yeah, another thing is to think about is access to utilities. Is there electricity at the road? If it's not at the road, where is it? Where are you going to have to pipe it in from the main source or another neighbor or whatever? That could get very costly if you have to bring it in from very far. So that's an important thing. Does it have water, city water, or does it have? Do you have to drill a well? That, you know, some of these rural properties that we're selling actually have some type of public water out at the road sometimes, but most time they don't, and you do have to drill a well. So these are important questions to ask about, you know, what to look for. Make sure you have all your ducks in a row when it comes to buying land, because you know you could get burned real easily if you don't have the right questions to ask when it comes to purchasing land.
Yep, and kind of the last point I want to make is that just be mindful who you purchase land through, or sell your land through. Land is vastly different than residential housing, and all of us as agents are prepped for residential sales when we're going through real estate school. It's drilled into you, but no one is prepped for selling land. And the way you are prepped for selling land, the way that you get into land is because you love land, and or you've had just some former experience in another job with land. You know, Justin was the regional director for QDMA, worked with a lot of landowners and is familiar with habitat, familiar with hunting lands. I worked at Bank of America and Cushman & Wakefield in their timberland investment division, and my background was in forestry. We know land. Your friend at church or you know, your friend's mom that sells homes may not be the best option to sell your land or to help you buy land. There are a lot of nuances about it. You got to know what you're looking for. So I would just stress that, you know, find yourself a good land agent and use them to buy land or to sell land. So that's it, guys. That's our video for today. Check us out, scoutlandsales.com. Give us a call. Justin or I are always available, and we're happy to help you any way we can. Thanks a lot.